Bindi was glad when they finally approached their camping place for the night. She wasn't sure if she was going to be able to walk when she dismounted. Her legs felt very stiff, but she didn't want to let on to Hannah and Tabu. They rode every day and probably won't be sore at all. Tabu called quietly to her and Hannah. Looks like we have company. He pointed to a group of curious meerkats who were watching the three riders. Bindi was thrilled. They are so cute. The meerkats stood on their hind legs and seemed to be chattering about the strange humans they were looking at. They reminded Bindi of a group of kids gossiping. They had long slender bodies with big eyes and seemed to be constantly in a state of alertness. If we are quiet and make no sudden moves, they might stick around, said Tabu. He dismounted slowly and the girls did the same. Bindi grimaced as she tried to walk. Groaning loudly would have made her feel better about her stiff muscles, but she was determined to be as quiet as a mouse. She was not going to scare away those gorgeous meerkats. Bindi reached into her saddle bags to unpack some of the cooking gear. Her hand brushed against a small package Robert had given her. She had forgotten all about his surprise present. As a cloth wrapping came undone, an enormous hairy black spider sprang out from the material. "Ah!" Bindi screamed into the quiet African dusk. The startled meerkats bounded off. A far-off flock of birds took flight from a tree they had been nesting in. Hannah and Tabu rushed over to see what happened. A scorpion bite? A snake attack? "What's wrong?" cried Hannah. Bindi pointed to the ground where she had dropped the huge spider. It seemed to stare up at her. Typical. Everything else had been scared away by her scream but not the scary spider. A nasty little brother surprise is what's wrong. Tabu knelt in the dirt and gently touched the spider with a stick. It looks like a baboon spider. It didn't move. Tabu leaned in closer before picking up the creature with a smile. "Arr!" cried the girls in unison as they backed away. "A fake baboon spider," Tabu began to laugh. "It is made of rubber." Bindi rolled her eyes. "You have got to be kidding me." My heart almost stopped beating when she saw Hannah and Tabu give each other a quick smile. She felt a little foolish. What kind of wildlife warrior was scared of a rubber spider? Once the horses were rubbed down and fed and the camp set up, three very hungry trotters sat down to eat. The view was amazing and made even prettier by the pink haze of dust. Tabu heated up their dinner. He explained that the slightly spicy minced dish was called bobo chai and was a traditional South African meal. As Bindi dropped it down, the thought of it was the best food she had ever tasted. They could hear various animal sounds as night approached. They passed the time eating and listening to Hannah do her own impersonation of a few animal calls. She was really good. Bindi noticed a tall wire fence to the west of the camp. "What's behind that fence?" Tabu's face lit up. "We are very excited about this new sanctuary," he explained. "It is a new breeding center for the Angolan giant sable antelope. This breed of antelope is on the critically endangered list and needs to be protected. It is awesome that a sanctuary has been set up," said Bindi. She loved hearing about animals being protected. "Maybe we can check it out?" Tabu nodded. I'd like to have a look myself. It is not out of our way. We can drop in tomorrow." Hannah and Bindi were excited about the next day, but they were finding it hard to keep their eyes open. They packed up their dishes and brushed their teeth. Bindi was about to crawl into the tent when she heard the unmistakable growl of a lion close by. She didn't panic at all. She tried to remember everything Tabu had taught her. She was to keep a clear head and not make any sudden moves. Her mind raced, her body remained still. A lion in the wild. Awesome. She had faith that Tabu would know what to do. Ahem. Tabu was clearing his throat nearby. Bindi waited for him to give her instructions on how to stay safe. "Hannah, that is enough for one night." "Huh?" The lion attempted growled again, but this time the sound dissolved into giggling. Bindi slowly turned to see Hannah behind her. She couldn't believe it. Hannah was a lion. That girl was serious, seriously good at animal impersonations.